So you are looking forward to your trip to Japan, but unfortunately some travelers say they didn't really enjoy their trip to Japan. Well, for example, when I went to see a famous Japanese festival, I was approached by a foreign tourist, and the woman asked me, "Is this the only festival?" Well, apparently the festival fell short of her expectations, and I was a little surprised, to be honest, because the festival attracts many tourists every year and I enjoy it myself. So I was thinking why she didn't enjoy it. Well, surely Japan has a unique way of thinking and seeing things. I realized that there are many things are obvious to us who were born and raised in Japan but are not obvious to you. Well, even if you are looking at the same thing, you might not understand its appeal if you don't know much about Japanese culture. For example, Kinkakuji and Ginkakuji are two buildings that are often compared. Which one do you find more attractive? Well, Kinkakuji Temple is more popular with many foreign tourists. In fact, on TripAdvisor, Kinkakuji is ranked the second most popular tourist spot, and Ginkakuji is ranked 22nd. Well, of course, both buildings have different charms. However, many Japanese people say that Ginkakuji is also very attractive. Well, if you are familiar with the uniquely Japanese concept of wabi-sabi, you may not find Ginkakuji is appealing. Well, this is because Ginkakuji Temple is so plain in color that it looks like just an old building, to be honest. But wabi-sabi is a concept that was introduced from China a long time ago, and over many years, a unique Japanese culture of wabi-sabi has been formed. Well, wabi is the feeling that humble and simple things have charm. But on the other hand, sabi refers to beauty that emerge over time. Well, things in this world change over time, becoming dirty or chipped, but rather than viewing this negatively as deterioration, we view diverse beauty created by change in a positive light. If you don't know this unique Japanese aesthetic sense of wabi-sabi, well, Ginkakuji will end up being a plain temple, an old building. However, as it is said that the roots of wabi-sabi culture can be found in Ginkakuji Temple. The simple buildings and the Japanese gardens are very atmospheric and attractive to those of us who know wabi-sabi culture. While in addition, Japanese gardens are famous in Japan as places where you can feel wabi-sabi culture. Well, at first glance, it is just a simple garden, but it is loved as a wabi-sabi garden, with moss-covered rocks that have not been moved for a long time, deteriorating objects that show the passage of time and the quiet appearance. Buildings and places that catch the eye at first glance tend to attract attention on social networking services such as Instagram and TikTok. Well, however, knowing the concept of wabi-sabi may change the way you view and experience what you see in Japan. You will enjoy your trip to Japan even more if you are able to feel the richness and passage of time that lies deep within the simple things, rather than being excited by their flashy appearance. Well, similarly, there is another aesthetic scene of Mono no Aware. Is also a unique concept held by Japanese people. The concept is also very difficult to explain, to be honest, but it refers to the emotion that many Japanese people feel when they come into contact with changes in nature, especially. Well, for example, cherry blossoms in a full bloom are so beautiful that you will be overwhelmed by their beauty. While on the other hand, cherry blossoms are also famous for falling within 3 to 5 days after they are in full bloom. Well, the moment the cherry blossom petals fall signals the end of the cherry blossom season, and makes us feel the fragility of the short life of cherry blossoms. Well, nothing lasts forever and everything will come to an end someday. Well, that's quite sad. Well, this is exactly the moment when you feel the sadness of the thing, which is Mono no Aware. Well, of course, for us Japanese people, the spring season, when cherry blossoms bloom, is also a time for graduation ceremonies and farewells. Well, perhaps I feel the sadness of about this thing because I naturally feel a sense of transitly, similar to the end of one student life and the moment when cherry blossoms fall. Many people come to Japan to see Japanese cherry blossoms. The time when cherry blossoms bloom depends on factors such as temperature and so many things. So you may not be able to travel to Japan when they are in full bloom, unfortunately. But however, don't worry, if you understand this idea mono no aware, even at the moment when the cherry blossoms are falling, you will be able to see and feel the cherry blossoms from a different perspective, which will be a valuable experience. The word kawaii is already famous around the world, and you may even know. This kawaii also has a unique Japanese aesthetic scene. Kawaii can be translated into English as cute, but it also has multiple meanings such as charming, adorable, and lovely. Therefore, it is used not only to refer to people and fashion, but also things, food, and people's action and speech, making it difficult to accurately translate the kawaii. It is used without exception. To be honest, it can be a very difficult concept to understand, especially for men like me, as there are fewer things that they find kawaii than women. Japan is full of many things called kawaii. For example, Pikachu and Hello Kitty are outstanding examples. In fact, I think some people don't think these are kawaii. To be honest, of course, I have no intention of denying it. But if you ask me if I think they are cute, I will be like, yes, they are. But obviously for many people, they are clearly kawaii things. But there is no need to worry that you won't be able to enjoy Japan unless you understand kawaii culture. Indeed, there are many cases where what is cute for one person is not cute at all for another. So it's normal for some people to find Pikachu cute, but not puppies. And vice versa, of course. So while traveling in Japan, something you want to stay at for a long time, something you want to take care of, something being healed, something you want to hug close, if there is something that causes these kind of psychological states in your mind, it is kawaii for you. I don't know what that is, and you don't know as well. I think the way to enjoy Japan's kawaii culture is to find your own version of kawaii things from all kind of fresh and innovative things in Japan. It could be Japanese characters, food, maybe Japanese people, even buildings. Who knows? Anything can be your kawaii things. Once you have found your kawaii things in Japan, you are lucky, and that would be a great experience for you. To be honest, I didn't feel the three concepts I introduced this time when I was a child. I thought Kinkakuji was cooler than Ginkakuji when I was young. It's because gold color, right? So however, in the process of coming into contact with many works and buildings that represent wabi-sabi culture in Japan, I learned that such concepts exist, and I feel that I have naturally become able to see them from a different perspective. I believe most of you learn some concepts for the first time. It's okay if you don't understand or feel right away. Just by knowing that such concepts exist, the time will come when you will be able to perceive the same thing as beautiful from a different perspective. So please come into contact with a lot of Japanese culture and have unique experiences and have the best trip to Japan. See you soon. Enjoy. Bye.